sweaters. Oh, they're beautiful. They feel so good. You know, I always say if you've never had a merino wool sweater, sometimes people will come up to me when I'm wearing them and they'll say, oh, that's a beautiful sweater. And I'll say, oh, that's merino wool from Ireland. And they'll say, oh, I don't wear wool sweaters. I don't like wool. I said, then you've never tried merino wool, because it is the softest, most beautiful wool that's natural. They shear the sheep. Guess what? I still remember John telling me, your uncle, that every year as the sheep, this part I love, as the sheep gets older and grows its wool each year, it gets finer and finer and more beautiful.
Yeah, they say that the finest was actually from the very first and almost like the very last shearing is where the very finest, when it's something, when the sheep is very young, but then when the sheep matures, suddenly the fibers get even finer again.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's called age of possibility, right, girls? Here's the thing. We've got a beautiful sweater. This is called the open front sweater cardigan. And there's no buttons, no snaps, no zippers, nothing like that. Dry clean only, but we'll tell you how you can clean it without dry cleaning it. But we start out with cedar, which is what I'm wearing and what you're seeing here. This is this green. And we have fewer than 200 in that beautiful, rich, deep green. And then we also have it in navy. If you'd love the navy, we have 120 in that. And then there's a dark chocolate that we also have on QVC.com, and we have one in extra, extra large, which is really a 2X. So if you need a 2X, get that chocolate one, then that will be gone. So basically 2 colors, the cedar green or the navy, and it's $141.99, but listen to this, it was $212, and clearance sale price, we took $70 off of this price. Now, one of the things that I love about this piece that we'll talk about is that it has kind of what I call this long shawl collar. You see that? I mean, you can bring this up completely, and you could even, you know, go over each side, belt it, put a brooch.
That's the beautiful thing about the open front, and particularly with a shawl collar. There is the extra bit of material if you want to say double over. And even though you're seeing the reverse of the honeycomb, it's still a beautiful pattern in the reverse as well.
It's gorgeous. And I like these kind because for most, you know, first of all, it's one of the longer ones. It's really fingertip length. So it goes down farthest. I think this is the longest one of the show that I'm doing from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I don't know what's coming on after that in the Irish goods. But anyway, so there's plenty of length. I'm wearing the medium, and it fits me beautifully. Like, I would not go to the large. So if you're talking sizing, these I believe are for the gals only. I don't really see guys wearing this. But just stay true to your QVC size on these sweaters, okay? And you'll be just fine. But
I think the beautiful thing about when you have an open front style that's made with merino wool, there's so much wool in it that it will find a way to sit flatteringly on you just by the sheer mass of the wool.
That's a good point. I love it. Let's take everybody through this, and then we'll talk more about merino wool.
Sure.
This has more beautiful stitches, but I noticed the diamond stitch on this.
So this is actually supposed to represent, you know, if you've ever, as I mentioned earlier on, the Aran Islands, where this style of knitwear comes from, were these very rugged islands off the coast of Galway, and the land was so poor that to actually raise animals on it, they needed to clear all the stones out of the soil. And what to do with the stones? They built hundreds and thousands of little stone walls. So this is supposed to represent those stone walls. You see these little, this is like to represent the fields that you see. If you're ever looking out to be flying over.
I tell you, that was the other thing that just amazed me. First of all, it is so green there, you can't even believe it. But also seeing those stone walls
everywhere. The fields are so small, but like it's such a beautiful, it's a stunning place. Like, there really is nowhere like it in the world.
That's right, exactly. So I'm glad you said that these are those stone walls.
And then this is that classic honeycomb stitch, of course, representing the sweet reward of a job well done, the hard-working honeybee. And I think the best thing about it is that it does have that reversibility on that stitch.
Yes, it does. So you can really pick it up and wrap it around you. Look at
And of course,
that.
as I said before, this beautiful moss stitch that goes along the side in the
yeah.
parts where you really need to be the most hard wearing.
Right.
Insert pockets that you're not going to see unless you put your hand into them.
Right, and they're beautiful.
And so this is it's such a wonderful length, this
Wow.
one. I think it's where you want, especially if a lot of people go out to like football games where they're sitting on a cold bleacher or something like
Right.
that.
You
This will
can
give you that
sit
little
on
bit
it.
of coverage.
It does give you the coverage. I'm showing it to you on me. And again, I'm wearing the medium. There's only two main colors. We've got the cedar green, which is a deep, deep green. Again,
Yeah, I think
Eagles
a
fans.
little bit of difference from what we were talking about earlier on. These are actually all solid colors.
Yes,
these
these
are the
are.
solid, these are saturated colors.
Yeah.
And we want to give you this beautiful green. This green here is the dark element that you see in the army green color.
Yes,
And
that's
when
exactly
you
right.
extract it on its own, it's just such a great color because, and it's also, I think this is the most festive green that we do as well.
Yeah.
It's the color of holly.
It is.
It really
That's
is.
a good point. I'm actually showing you how you can just crisscross it over if you want to. You can lay it so it comes straight down, and you got the pockets, you got the length. You are saving $70 by buying it today. A lot of these sale prices are going up at the end of the day today. This is one of them. So if you want to get it, do it soon. We have the navy and that cedar green. I love the navy too,
Yeah.
because I wear navy blue so much. That's beautiful. Merino wool is so super soft and beautiful, and all you really need